Good morning all, I am Nikhil Garg, working as Assistant Professor in Government Engineering College Bikaner. Today I am here to welcome you all as an alumni of this institute in the world of engineering. I would have liked to personally meet you, but due to this COVID-19, this is not possible and we are interacting in a virtual world. I hope in future we'll meet together and have a live interaction with you. Today I will be here sharing about my experiences as a part of graphic era when I was in graphic era and post my B.Tech in graphic era. Also, I will give you a basic introduction about how to make a good career out of your engineering in 4 degrees program. Right now, you have joined as a civil engineer and what lies ahead after 4 years. I'll give a brief introduction and overview about it. I'll share a small presentation and a PDF with you, and also at the end of the presentation I will be sharing my contact email ID. They feel free to contact me at any time. Like me, if any query regarding your career or any guidance you would require anytime, please feel to contact me. Okay, this is a presentation on crafting a successful engineering career. This is a small presentation which I have made specifically for you. This will help you. I'll give you basic tips and tricks, I would say, small, which may help you in your engineering career for next 4 years and hopefully in future too. Before we start with this presentation, I like to introduce about myself. As I've told you, I'm alumni of graphic era. I completed my B.Tech in 2013. I'm a B.Tech gold medalist from graphic era. Then I did my masters from IIT Delhi in construction technology and management. During my masters, I did my project work in TU Berlin, a joint collaboration program between TU Berlin and IIT Delhi. After my masters, I worked in L&T for 1 year as senior engineer. I was working on a road project and working in the planning department during that time. After my tenure with the L&T, I worked as a consultant engineer in a private firm in Noida. There I worked 1.5 years. There I have been handling water treatment plants and sewage treatment plant projects. And during also along with this time, I carried on my own construction project for a building work. And after this 2.5 years of my exposure to the industrial world, I switched my career towards the academic. And in 2018, I joined this institute which I'm currently working in Government Engineering College, Bikaner. Here, I've been working since 2018 January till date. Here, along with my teaching, I have enrolled in the part-time PhD program from MIT Jaipur in the domain of construction waste management, which is the current new hot topic in the field of civil engineering. So this is a basic small overview about my career since I graduated from graphic in 2013 till date. Now we'll go with the presentation. Here I'll give you a small presentation and this will guide you better how to frame a craft a successful engineering career. And at the end of the presentation I will be giving my contact email ID in which you can anytime contact me, ask me for any guidance for the future counseling. I am also a counselor in future as a mentor, work as mentor in the institute for the students in the Government Engineering College Bikaner. That I do counseling for the students for their career counseling and for the trainings and for their future, whether be higher education or the industrial jobs. I carry out the counseling for them and I will be much more happy to help you as an alumni of this institute. Let's start with the presentation. Now I'll ask you, engineering as a career, why have you taken engineering as a career? So two basic questions which arises to answer this thing is, what is the goal in life and why did you join engineering? If you're able to answer these two questions properly, then engineering is a very good career for you. When I joined engineering, my goal was, since I belong from a construction my family, my father was a contractor, so my goal was I had to graduate and do consultancy work. The first day I have to do masters, I have to be a consultant engineer. That was my goal from the first day itself. Being from the family belonging from the construction background, I had a very fair idea about what civil engineering is about, what I might be learning it, and what will be the and outcome of it. That was very much clear to me when I joined engineering. So my goal was to become a consultant engineer in my specific domain. Domains were many at that time. You can say when you join in civil engineering, there can be n domains when you want to do consultancy work. So I was not clear about this domain I would be working in, but I was very much I have a vague idea that I will be a consultant engineer, and henceforth I joined took civil engineering, joined graphic era, and pursued my engineering. For that, after that, I did masters. Now I'm doing my PhD for the same purpose. Right? Next, one would say, why do you want to join engineering? There can be n reasons can be given. And the most informed say people says parents wanted to be an engineer. Henceforth, I am doing engineering. Or my relatives are wanted to do engineering, so I am doing engineering. Or after 12th, either you become doctor or engineer. You didn't take PCB, you were not cut out for doctor, so I took engineering. And neither you want to do normal graduation like BSc or BB or anything regarding that, you don't want to go in that field, so I took for engineering. This can be also a reason for many. These 4-5 reasons are like a motive driven, that you want to face challenges, you are very curious nature, or you are very excited about something new, to learn something new, or you want to earn money in abundance, travel abroad, pan India, pan globe, status symbol, or you have to make a change in the world to change the way things are working, want a big job in a big company, or the latest being startups, entrepreneur, you want to be entrepreneurial. Do engineering, very good initiative. If you are among these five, that means you have a basic goal in your mind. Okay, this is my goal, and to do that I need engineering as a stepping stone, and I look forward after that. If this is your motive of doing engineering, then think again, what is your goal in life? Even if this is the reasons, find a goal in life now. You have taken admission right as of now. Now your career depends on these 4 years of you, what you will be doing in these 4 years. So think again. Now you will be doing civil engineering. Why do I need to be a civil engineer? What can I do after being civil engineering? What options do I have? What can be doing with civil engineering? All these things together will make the engineering career successful. Remember, goal in life is must. They can be short term or long term goals. But you have to frame what is your goal in life. Right? Now, you have framed a goal, you've taken admission in engineering. Now, one thing is very much, how do you define success? I would say success can be defined in n ways by n people. For you, success might be different. For me, success is different. If you take my example, for me, satisfaction in my life, mental peace, if I'm able to achieve in my career, that is success for me. That mental peace should be like I'm earning well enough to support my family, and my family satisfied with what I'm providing them. I'm a peace of mind. I have no liabilities with me. That is success for me. For someone, if they want to get rich, I have a penthouse or Audi or Mercedes. That's their goal. For them, that will be the success. If you want a basic, decent paying job, that can be a success for you. If you want to make a difference in the world, that can be a success for you. Anything which you plan to achieve your goal, can if you achieve that, that is success for you. You make a goal, and if you are able to achieve that, that's success for you. And these three above question which I have framed, you may be going with 10 to 20 years without answering these questions, but eventually you will have the answers, and there you have these answers, then the definition of success is complete. Set yourself success according to your own merits from the start. Each and everyone's success definition is different, and that depends on one's caliber, on merits, on matrices. So you have to frame success definition for your own. No one can decide, neither your parents, nor your teachers, nor your mentors. They can guide you. Okay, this is wrong, this is right, or this can be the things which you can improve upon. But you will have to define success definition for your own. Fine. Next. Again, since each and every person's definition is different, so there's no one fixed formula for success. Engineering is a field that requires many people with different skills to work together to solve complex problems in a simple way. That's what basically engineering is. Different people come together. They solve complex problems in a very simplified way. They don't solve the complex problems in a complex way. That is not engineering. But an engineer is a person who solves the most complex situation in a very simplified way. That is what engineering is. Example can be many. You want to make a road, or you have to make a bridge. They can be any ways. But what is the easiest and the most simplified way possible in that situation? That will be the best solution for that. There can be n solutions to do that, but there's always best practices we can say in engineering. We can't say this is the only way or this is the best practice. It is one of the best practice. It's never the only way of engineering. There are things which should be avoided, and they can be time consuming or money consuming. One solution can be money consuming or time consuming. Hence, might not be the best practice, but it is also a solution. So, engineering, a good engineer is always who gives the best solution for the given situation in the most simplified, most economic, most economical way for time and cost. Also, the generation is like, why should we learn from others? हमें खुद सीखना है, but you can learn anything on your own, but learn from others' mistakes too. I think mistake which your seniors have made, or your peers have made, or your mentors have made, learn from their mistakes. You will learn much in a much more easier way. You will make your own mistakes in your own path, in your own activities. But if you learn the lessons from their mistakes, it tends to be much more refined, much more easy, and also it will stop you to make blunders in life and to be successful in and to be successful easily. I will not say what I am telling is the best thing, or what your teachers are telling is the best, or what your parents are telling is the best. But they do have their life experiences. Learn from their life experience, which mistakes they would have made. If you are facing the same situation, try to avoid that mistake. You might be making a different mistake, but try to avoid that mistake. It will save you time, money, and resource. Fine. Next. Now you have started your engineering, join engineering college. Now the most important thing is, what are you passionate about? Do that. Never miss out on your passion. But at the same time, only your passion will be earning your livelihood. So make your passion match your skills and interests which world wants. Make a collaboration, make a interaction between these two things. Collaborate them. Your passion, which is your make them refine your skills with that passion, and that interest, what world's market or the world is requiring, and combine both things, and you will be getting very good results in your engineering. Your career answers will change. Your career goals will be refined. Yeah, as your career things will evolve, will change with time. It will evolve with time. Today you might be thinking, okay, this is I want to do this thing in my engineering. But after 1 year of engineering, you might say, no, this is not which I would have planned to do. I need something else in my engineering. So keep on evolving in your career. For example, I'll give you my example. Initially, when I started working in L&T after my masters, I was like, I will be doing only and only construction private industry job. But now, after a year working in L&T, I thought, no, this is not something which I want exactly from my life. I searched my consulting firm, worked there for 1.5 years. Along with that, I worked on my own project, my own construction. I tried carrying out that. That also didn't give me satisfaction. Okay, I said, no, there is something missing in life. I need to again think, reset my goals, refine my goals, and then switch to my career as an academician. Now, when I do look back, as in now, I am satisfied as working as an academician. So my path of my career is also not stagnant or it's very much I would have it stuck in my mind. No, I decided initially in my B.Tech, I want to go in private sector only, work in the industry. I want change. Never be stubborn. Change according to time, according to your interest, according to your requirements. You should change, and it is also said choice which can make you, not your talent or IQ. Whatever you choose makes you. Your IQ or your talent supports your choices, but the decision which you make gives you the outcome. I would say if I would have been in the industry, I would have been much more disturbed, or say, for me as personally, I would say I didn't find that soothing to my working culture, working nature. Even if I had the talent or the IQ, but that wouldn't have been supporting me in the field of industry. But when I switched to academics, that talent or my IQ proved beneficial and my key skill sets. So you should be always open to new things and make your career, evolve your career, I would say. Fine. Next. Now, this is too early for you to say, which I'll give you a basic introduction to this, which is which job to be taken. You have just joined the engineering. I won't say the first day itself in engineering you be focused just on the job, but you should be focused on your goal. As I've told you earlier, you should know what is my goal, and to achieve that goal, do I need to work just after B.Tech, or I need to go for higher education, or I need to go for abroad for my MS? What area of your interest are, and what do you need to achieve that goal, and what does that goal is sustainable for future? They can be when you're just coming to the engineering world from your intermediate level. Right now, you would not be even knowing too many domains of engineering and civil engineering. What future is there in civil engineering ahead apart from B.Tech, after B.Tech? So it is like what you're planning as your goal. They should be flexible enough to incorporate your future knowledge gain, and then can see, okay, these are the domains I can get in engineering and civil, henceforth, okay, I can change according to that. Also, your goal should be sustainable or future proof. Should not be like such ki today there might be a boom in the society and the market, but that job might not be available 4 years down the line. So it was like I set a goal, I work hard for that goal, but at the end I didn't got the success in that. The goal should be future proof. Fine, and that is the reason we say civil engineering is an evergreen branch. People will need house, people will need roads, bridges, airports, all the infrastructure will be required. Not today, even in future, in 20 years down the line. So civil engineering is one of the green branch, we say, evergreen branch. So in 20 years down the line, you will be requiring civil engineers. There is no doubt about that. So your career is secured when you join civil engineering. There will be a job, there will be a requirement for civil engineers even after 20 years. So now in what domain in civil engineering, the jobs will be there that you need to evolve. I'll give you my example. When I did my B.Tech, I was much more prone towards structural engineering. When I was planning for masters, I was like, okay, structures, there is abundance in market, there's much more competition, and there were two fields for me: environment and construction management. These two fields, even today, there are not so many engineers available, and specifically in environment as of now, there's scarcity of engineers available. When I was in doing my admission in 2013 for my masters, these two fields had lack of engineers, but environment scope was not at a boom at that time. It was emerging, but what could have been this boom that which is available today, 7 years down the line, I didn't knew whether it will be so much, because frankly speaking, I also didn't have anyone to guide me at that time. Well, lucky enough, like we are interacting with you, and I was there during 2013. We just had two batches pass out from our institute. So when our seniors have started working, just 2 years their experience, and even they were not sure. No one has completed their masters at that time. They would be able to guide us. This is the booming field, or this is not the booming field. And even in despite being from the construction background, no one has the idea about what future lies in the specialized fields. So I was in a dilemma which to choose. I chose for construction management. Did my masters, worked as a planning engineer in L&T, then consulting engineer in a private firm, Disha Water Treatment in Noida, 2.5 years. Then I came back to an academician. Now when I entered the academic field, and after 2.5 years post my masters, I realized no, environment is a key concern. One has to tackle the issues arising with the environmental issues to construction. Henceforth, my PhD currently, which I am working in, is construction waste management. Waste which arises from the construction. This is the hot area, and this will be there for next 20 years. So I am working in that field. So I am keeping the future aspects in mind. Now, when I am interacting with students, the first thing is, whenever I choose your career, whether be in the level of graduation or post graduation or after in a doctorate, choose in a domain which market requires. You will be having skills which can match up with any of the domains. You have to find a perfect combination of your skills as well as the requirement of the market. At the end, there's one goal for everyone. You have to earn your livelihood after your graduation. In India, to graduation, parents support financially, and after graduation, it is termed like most of them they have to earn their livelihood. The financial support from the parents is cut off for most of them. Few still get the support, but mostly it is cut off by the end of graduation. So whatever you plan for, keep in mind that you have to be financially independent, and whatever job you want to plan, so think in a way it is there in future too. It's not like after 4 years of B.Tech, you work in industry for 2 or 3 years and then that market is finished. Henceforth, keep always updating yourself, right? Now there's a very new terms coming to use: startups and big corporates. I was like thinking about read this. Give you 1 minute time. What is written over here? Read the first point. Good idea to do both over your course of your career. Be a part of a startup as well as the big corporate. Both can be a very good learning curve for your career. Startups are much more easier when you are young, as because you have more energetic, you have more time and nothing to lose. Just in starting your career, you haven't invested your peak in the system as of now. Startups can change the world. We have many startups like Flipkart in India, Byju's, There's very predominant startups we have. There's a very one startup of your own institute, Sunfox Technology, which self-defined known as Pandan. So working a startup can be good, or your own startup can be good, but one would also be very much aware. Majority of them fail. They are less stable. These are the cons I would say of startup. Are very big cons for. But in big companies, which are big corporates, they are more stable. They can be boring. Similar job, similar type of nature of job. Like in startup, you get abrupt new daily new things to work on. You might be having a new every week a new project to work on. But on the big companies, big corporates, it's the same work for the round the year. Daily, you're doing the same work. There can be increments, but gradual increments. In startup, either you have very frequent increments, exponential growth, or drastically you can fail. But both scenarios are very different, and the exposure working in both the things are very different. The initial area course of your career, you can be a part of both. But I would suggest, if you are not the owner of the startup and it's a very new startup, and if in later stage of your career, big corporates or big companies are much more stable, and working there will be much more beneficial in long term. But if the startup is stable, it's realized the potential is very good. Working in a startup is equally good. These things will be deciding after 4 years of here. I'm giving you a brief idea what working in two different domains means: working in a startup or working in a big corporate. I'm not saying you are starting the startup over here. It's someone else's startup and you're applying a job there. There are two differences. Kindly keep this difference in mind. The startup over here means you're working in a very new startup company, or you should be working in a big corporate. These two things shall be kept in your mind. Now I'll come to this, which a very big thing for today's generation. That is dealing with failures. Today's generation doesn't know how to deal with the failures which they have in life. Which right now is starting, is 12th pass, starting your career. And majority of the students are like, if I fail, if I do something wrong, something goes wrong, they are heartbroken, they are depressed. But welcoming the world of engineering, engineers never give up. Keep in mind, this is the only field I would say which thoroughly follows years around the life. Like say you can never fail. Whatever you do is an outcome. It can be wrong, it can be right, but it's an outcome. Fine. And if you never fail, you aren't trying hard enough. Unless and until you try, you won't fail. So if you have tried, you failed, at least give a try. So never be afraid of failures. Right? I should be learning from your failures. Never see, आज मैं उसकी वजह से हारा, I lost because of that and those. You failed because of your own mistakes and try to own them, learn from them, and move ahead from them. Own up and take responsibility. Okay, I have failed, I'll improve upon. And never be afraid of that. Keep these two things in mind, and you will be very good in your game. I will be sharing a small PDF with you. I'll attach this PDF along with this video conference lecture available, and your faculty, mentors in the institute will share this with you. This is the small brief about what are different options which you can go through after completion of a B.Tech. As of now, when starting your career as a B.Tech, so this is not to be more focused. You should not be completely focused on this, but by okay, this will be helpful to frame your goals, which some would have be having. Some of you would be having. Okay, I have this goal in life, or I have this goal in life, but some you would be needing some clarity. Okay, what after this, or what after B.Tech? So this is a small PDF giving the different options, combination combinations, what you may or may not be doing, what you can do basically to achieve that goal. This is first was like job after graduation. What is the job Job after graduation. How can you work? And if this is your goal, you have to work after B.Tech. You just go through this. Or you have to go for higher education for your achieving your goals. Either you can do MBA, M.Tech, MS, whatever you require to achieve your goal. You have to go for your higher research. You have to go abroad. Go for MS. And to achieve MS, what you need to do? Clear examinations, entrance examination. What entrance examination? What entrance examination would be requiring? This will give you the basic. This PDF will give you basic idea. This gate for M.Tech and MS program in India. There is GRE for MS in foreign countries, English speaking countries. You have to clear SAT. TOEFL examination test for English as a foreign language. To clear this, valid scorecard, most university requires, so you have to clear, because in India, English is not your first language. So most countries with English speaking countries, the English as their first language, you're required to clear TOEFL examination. Fine. Then there's GMAT CAT for your MBA. Examination for MBA. This is a small basic idea when these examinations are conducted, and a brief history about. Or if you go for government, like for civil engineering, most of the people students are like, we'll have to go for government job. Government job, how you can prepare for civil engineering services, defense services. So what exams you do, where you have the training institute. So this PDF will give you a basic idea about that. I'd like to end this. Thank you for listening to me. I was hoping to have a one-to-one interaction with you in live in the institute, but due to COVID-19, this wouldn't have been possible. So we are having an interaction on this lecture mode, e-lecture. And this is my contact information. This is my email ID. Feel free to write a mail to me anytime if you require anything about your career, any information you would require, any guidance you would require. Please feel to contact me, and hopefully I will be replying as soon as I get time. I will be replying back to you. And thank you once again to listening to me.